What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the updated 2025 Infiniti QX60. This one is a Luxe all-wheel drive finished in Harbor Gray with the black package. MSRP is about $63,000. Now, the biggest updates for this car, there is no more naturally aspirated V6 under the hood. This is a 4-cylinder vehicle with a turbo. So comment below, do you think that was a good idea? A lot of other manufacturers only have turbo 4 cylinders and other turbo engines for vehicles like this. So do you think Infiniti is smart going with this new power plant for this vehicle? Gone is the V6 and we are now looking at this, the VC turbo. So underneath the hood you are going to find this 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It does make 268 horsepower with 286 pound-feet of torque. Still have the 9-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive, brake actuated, limited slip. It can tow about 6,000 pounds when properly equipped, and with an 18.5 gallon fuel tank, you're looking at 22 miles per gallon in the city with 27 out on the highway. Taking a look at the styling, very similar of course to the outgoing year for 2025. It definitely does look super clean in this color with the black package. Got a nice set of LED headlights, really cool daytime running lights, dark housings, and then a gloss black grille. You got a forward-facing camera, an illuminated Infiniti badge, so that's Infiniti down below here. Then you have all your parking sensors in the front, radar system, along with openings down here for cooling for that intercooler. You can see some gloss trim down here as well, gloss trim on the corners. It's a pretty good looking car. It has that Infiniti character to it with that really bold front end. And you can see just how curvy the hood is with the bulge in the center and just those nice sloping lines. Got a sharp body line up above as well. And then the plastic black trim from the front makes its way all around the lower section of the vehicle. This one has those 20-inch wheels in black with a nice split 5-spoke design. Then you can see just some clean body lines throughout the side. It does say Infiniti down below on the plastic. And then you're going to get a little bit of chrome trim on these body color door handles, all chrome trim throughout these windows, and then gloss black on the mirror caps with some body colored. We have a camera along with an LED turn signal. You can see the black roof rails, panoramic roof up on top. And I really like the side profile. This is a 3-row vehicle and it just looks super clean, super classy. I like how the roof line kind of floats with the black and chrome surrounding everything. So it's a very muscular looking crossover, I'd say. Pretty good style, really good proportions. I like how this third window just kind of goes on forever and then blending into the back. In the back, you're gonna see a nice set of LED taillights. You got the red as well as the gray, and then all your badges are all blacked out. And I like how this black bar connects everything throughout the center. Now down below, we get a little more of that plastic black material, parking sensors. I like the body colored throughout it as well. Exhaust tips are hidden underneath the bumper. You have these black trim pieces though to kind of mimic what they would look like. But overall styling, I think it's pretty good looking overall. Got a very unique character to it, looking like the Infiniti's DNA. Now next to the camera, there is a button right here you can press, and we have that power operated liftgate. With the third row in the up position, you still have quite a lot of space back here, making it really roomy. And then you have extra storage hidden underneath the floor. Now from here, these headrests will pop upwards when needed, but you can also just pull these straps, get them down for better driver visibility. And then really easily, you can pull that lever to get these all the way down, and you can see a good contrast between folded versus in the up position. On top of that, these will recline quite a lot, which is great to see for a third row. So you can see that differences in the recline. And then from here, you can go ahead and press that button and close the tailgate. Taking a look at the interior, this is going to get a genuine leather interior, which is a great touch for this trim. This is more of a middle level trim. There's actually 2 more trims that are higher. That'll just have an extra couple features like the massaging seats, the quilted Napa leather, things like that. You're going to get the black material throughout the door panel, nice soft material on the padded armrest, grab handle, 17-speaker Bose audio system, and then a manual set of sunshades. For the second row, you got the nice material, all the smooth leather, perforated leather throughout the center, and then the middle seat even has an armrest and cup holders. We have climate controls in the center, fan speed, you have heated seats as well, all your different zones, plugs, extra storage, and these seats will slide forwards and back. From here, you can also press this button, and the seat will get completely out of the way to make it really easy to enter into the third row. So taking a look back here, this can seat 2 people. You have a little bit of storage down here. There's a USB over here, and then you're gonna get cup holders. Air vents are located in the ceiling. And as you can tell, you have a pretty decent amount of space. If I pull this seat back, it's not too bad. At 5'11", I mean, my knees are a little cramped, but this is also slid all the way back. So honestly, for 2 adults, you could genuinely sit back here and it really wouldn't be the worst. This is not a ginormous vehicle, so not bad at all. You have a button here as well. You can easily get that seat out of the way. So not a bad third row. I like that quite a lot. And then from here, you can even pull this lever down and these will fold nice and flat with everything, and you'll have even more cargo space as expected. Hopping into the second row now, with the driver's seat at my height, you have a ton of legroom. Headroom is really good. If I recline the seat now, you can see just how far that goes. Panoramic roof looks great back here. And you really do have all the amenities you're gonna expect. And if you opt for the autograph, the higher trim levels, you will have captain chairs, so you'll have extra space in the middle. But overall, really can't complain. This is a comfy second row, lots of room for anybody. And then taking a look at the driver's seat now, door panel is all the same with all the materials. You have your lock, unlock, window controls, nice release handle with memory seating. It says Infiniti on the door sill. Now, one thing unique about these doors, which not every SUV has, take a look at how they open. If you can see, this part stays with the door to reveal a new part of the door sill. So this part right here is covering that. So if you're driving this in the rain when it's all dirty on the side, your leg is not gonna get dirty because this is gonna stay nice and clean. So nice touch there. Only drawback, this is rubber. And if you're wearing shorts, the backs of your legs kind of rub on the rubber, which pulls your hair out a little bit. So if you're wearing shorts, not the greatest thing, but if you're in pants in the cold weather, when it's more dirty outside, your legs are gonna stay clean. Taking a look at the seats now, you got all your power controls on them, the smooth and perforated leather, nice stitching material to them as well. Cool design, making our way all the way up. Then you got a 3-spoke design for the steering wheel with silver trim, flat bottom. There's even extra storage in that center console. Taking a look inside now, foot on the brake, let's fire it up. You're gonna get the comfort access, so the seat and steering wheel will get into your position. And then on the steering wheel, you have some Bluetooth and audio controls on the left, cruise control on the right, steering wheel mounted paddle shifters as well. And then on the right stalk, you have all your windshield wiper controls, turn signal headlights on the left. Now for the gauge cluster, you can take a look at a lot of different information, basically what you would expect to see in any Nissan or Infiniti. Very similar across the board between the brands. And then you can zoom out a little bit to have a larger center screen. So overall, pretty cool design, kind of everything you would need. We have the dimming right here, and then we have the tailgate release. You also have the steering intervention button. One of your air vents, this soft touch material and this cool plastic trim. Dashboard has a kind of a rubber soft touch material. You can see the stitching, this contrast, and then more of the soft touch right here. So it's a cool design for the layers. And then on the infotainment screen right here, you can see all sorts of different controls. Again, very similar to every Nissan and Infiniti, pretty much the same system across the board. We have information, audio, nav, more settings right there. So pretty decent setup. If I go into reverse, you're gonna get that backup camera and top-down view. You have the P button for park, and then you have this camera icon down below you can toggle, and you can see that front view with the top down, and then you can cycle through the right side with a few different versions. You're gonna see the air vents throughout the center with a nice black trim piece, kind of integrating it all with more of the soft touch. And then the screen down here has all the climate control information. You have these rotary dials, so you can easily adjust your temperature. We have heated and ventilated seating. And you can see that they do have the haptic feedback. So really nice the way that's set up. We have our fan speed right here, different zones, everything like that. A few audio controls up above, heated steering wheel, and your rear climate, you're able to make those adjustments. We do have wireless phone charging and 2 cup holders, engine start stop, and a drive mode toggle. So we have an eco mode, snow mode, and then you can go up into a few others. We have the auto start stop feature, auto hold, park and brake, and a rotary dial to control a lot of the screen. So you don't always have to rely on the touchscreen. You can kind of use this if you don't want to reach. So nice touch to see all of that. We have more of this soft touch material making its way into the padded armrest. Extra space down below, and then a pretty large glove box as you would expect. One last look at the interior. Pretty similar to the 2024, maybe just a little bit different materials. And again, this is more of a middle level trim. You can get quilted leather and massaging seats and a few other extra goodies in the higher trims. You have all the glass controls along with your sunshade. There's even a sunglass holder up above. Thin frameless mirror with garage door buttons. And overall, pretty nice place to be. All right, so setting off now in the QX60. right up to speed. So that was in eco mode. Honestly, the turbo engine is pretty nice to drive. If we go into auto, it's a little bit more responsive. You can see that boost gauge. I mean, you can get up to speed really nicely in it. It seems pretty smooth overall for the power delivery. And being a turbo in the normal driving, just your kind of day-to-day when you're not flooring it, you're getting a lot of your power by the time you're at 4,000 RPM. So you don't really need to floor it and redline it every time you want anything. If I just give it a little bit of power right now, you know, we're not even at 4,000 and we accelerated quite a lot. So the turbo engine, I feel like, is a pretty good option. It feels more powerful than the V6. The V6, you got to really ring out to redline to get all the power. This has a little bit more usable torque, I would say. As far as normal driving, as you would expect from the Infiniti, it's a pretty smooth vehicle to drive. The suspension's comfortable. It's quiet in here. You don't really hear any wind noise or road noise or anything like that. Visibility's all really good as well over your right and left shoulders. You have a ton of glass all throughout to make this just a pretty easy daily drivable car. Just a really open interior. Can't really complain about that. Getting back up to some speed in auto mode. Just giving it half throttle, I mean, you're up to speed without really stressing the engine. And if you do toggle it into sport mode, it'll of course stay a little bit more aggressive and give you a little bit better power delivery. But from the day-to-day, just driving this like your typical SUV, I think it's a great place to be. You have a wide dashboard and a wider hood, so it does feel, I'd say, a little bit more substantial than it is just because of the shape. It's a little bit larger feeling than a typical SUV that is this size. However, with all the cameras, it is still easy to park and of course easy to see around. Now these seats are ultra comfortable, very padded. I love the way Infiniti does seats, of course. I mean, you just don't get fatigued driving this. We've had 5 of these as press cars where we've gotten to drive them on 1,500-mile road trips. So I've been in these for like 7,000 or 8,000 miles over the last 2 or 3 years, and they are great road trip vehicles. It is just a nice place to be. It's comfortable. You're high enough up to see over traffic. Steering is easily weighted. It's just a nice, effortless drive. Genuinely, for a daily, for a family crossover, this is seriously a great product. I think you just get a lot to offer, and it's definitely just a comfortable ride. Only thing I'm noticing with the power, there is a little bit of torque steer with this all-wheel drive drivetrain. So when you floor it, sometimes the steering wheel just kind of wobbles back and forth just a little bit. Other than that, though, I mean, most people probably aren't flooring it all the time in a car like this. But other than that, though, it does drive smooth. You know, the all-wheel drive is going to give you that confidence you're going to want in inclement weather. Overall handling also feels nice. The steering has a good weight to it. You know, the brakes seem adequate as well. So it's an easy car just to drive like normal, and like I said, just not get fatigued. So driving experience, I don't think it's really anything hard. It's easy to work all the climate controls, all the controls as well. So it's an easy car and it drives really nice.